friends. Welcome to yet another episode of Cosmic Besties. You're here with me, Kelly, and my BFF, Christy. Cosmic Besties is your go-to space for deep, soulful conversations that should feel like hanging out with your best girlfriends. So whether you're a seasoned spiritual seeker or you're just dipping your toes into the mystical for the first time, we want you to be here and have some fun conversations with us. So hopefully you'll get a lot out of today's episode. But if you haven't been here before, go back and check out some of our other episodes. Today, we're going to be giving you a snapshot into some of the fun activities we are planning for our retreat that's coming up on Saturday, May 31st in St. Louis. The retreat is called Soul Rise. It's an awakening retreat. And it's really this opportunity for you to get together with other fierce females who are raising their vibrations and on an awakening journey. And we're going to do a lot of fun stuff. But one of the activities that you'll get to experience while you're there, if you choose this, is an oracle reading. So I am going to do a sample oracle reading today for Christy. But before we dive in, Christy, do you want to talk a little bit about do you use oracle cards? Do you use tarot cards? Do you prefer channeling? Like, what's your preferred vibe for connecting with the other side?
Yeah, I think it depends on why people are coming to me for a session. I do intuitive guidance, which is kind of a mix of channeling, tarot, Akashic records. Tarot is really nice if you have like a specific question. So if you're wanting like more of a specific answer, whereas channeling is more opening up to answers that maybe you hadn't even thought about yourself. They're ones that are just channeling through either the highest level of love and light or through your own like ancestral lineage or your guides. Akashic Records, we've done a podcast on that before, so go back and watch that if you missed it. I would say like my sweet spot is kind of in between the channeling and the Akashic Records. That's where I kind of like to be because I think that's where I'm able to kind of give the most healing for my clients and friends who are coming to me for guidance. Um, I always describe the difference between tarot and channeling messages as like your best friend versus your sister. So with tarot, imagine her as your best friend. She's going to kind of sugarcoat the answer for you. Whereas when you're getting a channeled message, it's your sister. So you may not be the most wrapped up in a bow, sugar-coated answer, but it's going to be exactly what your soul needs to hear in order to heal and kind of like move forward in the direction that your soul is wanting you to go. I don't do oracles, so I'm really excited to kind of experience that with you.
Nice. Yeah, I love the analogy you used. I think that's awesome. I'm dabbling in tarot, but I tend to do a little bit of channeling and then a lot of oracle cards. I have a slight obsession with oracle decks, and I have collected many over the years. And actually don't know how many I have, but I have about five that regularly sit on my desk. And the one that called to me for you today is called the Sacred Forest Oracle. And
Mm.
so I don't know, I've been really drawn to trees and forests lately. Like that's where
Mhm.
I do a lot of my channeling. And so it just kind of makes sense that this
Yeah.
one is the one calling to me.
Awesome. I love it. Well, I am like a forest girly. That's where I feel the happiest when I'm in nature. So it makes sense.
I love it. All right. So Spirit, let's see, what message do we have for Christy today? This is to serve her highest good. Any guides who'd like to come forward and guide me are welcome. And we create a safe space, a Reiki bubble around us of love and light while I do this reading. Okay. Okay. The first card that came up is beautiful. It's called Starry Night, and this is all
Oh.
about acceptance. And um, when I see this card, I like what Spirit is telling me is that like you have been on this journey of acceptance lately. And I don't know if you've been spending a lot more time at night outside, like looking at the moon, but if you're not, then you're being called to do this. Like there's something on your acceptance journey that is going to happen for you when you are kind of solo and connecting with your inner self outside, like, but at night specifically. There's also something here about messages coming through in your dreams. So I'm not sure if you're meant to do some healing in your dreams, like while you're sleeping, but there's like this edge of this dream catcher on this card, and what it's saying is like um you get to double down right now. So not only are you doing your healing on your self-acceptance journey like during the daytime, but now is a really powerful time for you to do this in your dreams as well. So you could do something like set an intention to um move forward and release any like shame or guilt or doubt or fear that's prohibiting you from getting to your highest self. If you set that intention before you go to sleep at night, even just writing it down in a journal, that's going to be really helpful for you.
Okay.
Okay, let me see if I can get any more clarity for you um on this. Oh my God. So what Spirit is telling us, oh my gosh, thank you, is that so we got retreats. And so
Oh my God, that's
I think
crazy.
there's a message for both of us here that like
Mhm.
what we're going to be doing with this retreat at the end of the month of May is really like also going to help both of us on the acceptance
Yeah.
journey.
Hmm.
Um the card specifically is about like creating this space of like coziness. I know that sounds weird because it's not like wintertime or springtime, but creating this space of coziness where you feel just like the energy around you is like this warm hug. So I love that for us.
Yeah, that's really funny that you pulled that. Um, to give you like validation, like everything you said, basically, like I was like, yep, 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 like that makes complete sense for my soul and what I'm going through. I definitely feel like, well, I would say for the past couple of years, I've kind of been on that journey of acceptance and really honoring who I am as a soul as opposed to like who I am as a personality or who I am as a role that like that we all play in this life. Um, and it's just like I felt that draw so strongly lately, and I've been doing a lot of energy work with myself and strengthening like my aura and my boundaries and really focusing and centering back home to myself, which I think ties in nicely to the retreat and what like we're kind of hoping other women will gain from it. uh, the dream thing is crazy. And I actually almost started crying when you mentioned like the healing work in the dreams. Um, so I was just telling Patrick, I think it was last night, that I've been having really crazy vivid dreams. And I had three dreams in a row where Jesus was actually in it with me. And he was like teaching me like how to like put my hands on people to like bring in like the healing, like Christ conscious energy to really facilitate like the deep healing. And we were just kind of going around and like healing all these people together. Um, I've had dreams about him before, but these were just like more centered around us working together and really trying to um remove all of that like dense energy. So that like really hit home what you were saying there. And then aside from those like kind of very like out of body astral travel dreams, I've been having really crazy vivid dreams too, where it almost feels like I'm on different timelines. So there must be, I should start a dream journal because there must be something going on. Like on other timelines that I'm meant to either learn from or maybe even heal myself in other timelines too. They say that when you do like the healing in like the current timeline that you're conscious of, you're actually healing yourself, different parts of you in all of the other timelines that you're simultaneously living right now.
Yeah.
Um, so that's really cool. And I love what you said about setting an intention before bed. I think that's something that if you're listening to this right now, like, why don't you go ahead and do that too? Because I truly believe in the power of intention and I'm going to do that. And maybe like every few nights, write like a different intention of what you're going to do on either what you're doing to like heal your soul or what you feel like maybe intuitively you could do to help somebody else.
Yeah, I love that. So let's get some clarity. If Christy would move forward with setting these intentions and continuing on the path, What is the likely outcome? You got the hummingbird spirit, which is all about joy.
Oh, I love that.
That's just final confirmation that this was meant for you and that spirit does want you to take the actions that you just outlined.
Yeah, I love that so much. We should look up like hummingbird totem too after this and see if there's any like messages with that too that also can like piggyback off of what you said.
Yeah. Um, I love doing oracle readings for people. I think one of the things about it, like you said, tarot's really great if you're asking a specific question. You never know what you're going to get. And one of the things that I will often do is I'll have a number of decks that I present to people if I'm not feeling called to a deck, and I'll ask them to pick. And so I get really excited. It's kind of like when you give a gift to somebody and you've forgotten what you wrapped like 6 months ago, and you're watching
Mhm.
them open the gift and you're like, oh my gosh, you're so excited for them to get that gift. That's how I feel when I do an oracle reading because I never know what's actually going to come through, what cards are going to come up, and if they're picking their own deck too, like who knows what it's going to be. And I love that it resonated with you, and it just goes to show that like intuition can be a really powerful tool, which is another thing that Christy and I are going to work with you on if you join us at our retreat. So, really quickly, I'm going to pull up some information so that if you are interested in coming to the retreat, you absolutely can register. Are you seeing my screen?
Yep.
Perfect. So this is the information for the Soul Rise Awakening Retreat. And um, there's a QR code down there. If you scan it, that will take you to the registration site on Eventbrite. You can either register there or you can actually register by contacting one of us um, on social media or via our cosmic besties at gmail.com email address. There is a fairly steep fee using Eventbrite. So if you prefer to just like Venmo or PayPal us, we're happy to allow you to do that as well. We are only charging $555 for this. So this is for a 5 hour retreat with both of our time, with coffee, snacks, lunch, and so many amazing gifts that you're going to get. And if you choose to register right now, so like the total value on that is, I think probably like I said, we said 3,500, but if you factor in a lot of our prep time, it's probably even more than that. Um, Anyways, if you register before Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May, we'll give you a free awakening gift. So there's some fun elements in there that you'll get to take home. A crystal, a little mini oracle deck, and a few other goodies. So if you were feeling called to join us, we really hope to see you there. I promise you it's going to be an amazing experience. And I want you all to walk away feeling like what Spirit said, that at the end of the retreat, you felt like you've had this like absolutely warm hug for 5 hours.
Yeah, I think that's exactly like the vibe we're going for. Also, I think we talked about like if you can get a group of five or more together. So like if you have some sisters or girlfriends that you want to go on the retreat with, we do offer a discounted rate for groups. So that's something to think about as well.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we hope to see you there, and feel free to share a comment below and let us know if you have a favorite Oracle deck or one that you've just got on your own and what messages you've found coming from your own readings. We hope you have an amazing day.